Hey guys, welcome back to Etheria Restart. In today's video, I want to give you guys a bit of an update on my thoughts on the game. We're 8 or something days in, give you an update on the account from this beta. Once again, this beta will be wiped, so don't stress. June 5 is the release date. You can pre-register. There's also a couple days left in the beta if you want to jump in. But they've introduced new events, which are the 2x farming events. And I want to have a chat about those because, and they've also released other events, which I'll show you guys quickly. But I think these events could be something that you want to consider going into global launch because we know they're going to have them at global launch. Maybe not directly on the launch because this one on the beta came in a week in. So I want to have a bit of a chat about it. And the double 2x is pretty nice because at the moment we've got 2x and you can see it up here, double drop. It ends in 4 hours. It's probably over by the time I upload this video. And we're moving on to the next one because there is 3 different areas, which I'll talk about in a sec. But when these are on, essentially what it looks like it does is it just doubles whatever drop you get. Now, I'm curious to see when we get into double drops for modules, which is the gearing system, whether it drops the exact same piece with another set of randomized substats or whether it's just another random bonus piece drop. Because if we look over here in what I am farming, which is the XP stage, you can see everything is exactly doubled. And I want to have a chat because this is a screenshot I took from my account yesterday, which was pretty cool, which was one of my runs. You can see that we only used 60 stamina. We managed to get ourselves 2 extra summons and 40 extra gems. Now, this is a very low chance. In these XP farming stages, there has always been a chance to get yourself a summon. They don't actually list it in the drop rates, like in the possible drops. There's also a chance to get gems, which also aren't listed in the possible drops. Because if we bounce back over here, we take a look at this stage here and you can see the possible drops. It only shows you the experience of the 3 different types and also the blue shadow prints. It doesn't show us anything else as a possible drop from there, but there is a chance, once again, to get yourself summons and gems. Now, based on the way this works, it's just doubling whatever you get exactly. So if you happen to luck into getting a summon or some gems, you just straight up double that. Now, my assumption is that these would probably be somewhere around a 0.5 to a 1% drop chance. You don't see them all the time, but it's really nice that you get that. Now, on top of that, Etheria coin, which is, if we jump back over here, if I can find the scene, there it is. Etheria coin is something that you are going to be strapped for forever. The gearing upgrading just feels a bit imbalanced in this beta. Don't know if it'll change it global. But I mean, maybe I'm just being greedy because I'm upgrading too much gear. That is also an option. But it also gives you double drops of the Etheria coin. So it's not just the stuff, it's just like whatever dropped in that one, you get doubled on. And I think this is fantastic and it's something to consider when you go into global launch. Now, there's a few different ways to play global launch and I will do more, not so much guides on it, but discussions around it so you guys can make your own decision because I think what you do is going to depend on who you are and what you prefer doing. Because we all know you can buy up to 10 refills of stamina for 960 gems. Basically a 10 pull a day to max refill stamina. It's expensive. Me personally, what I'm thinking at the moment, my strategy on global will be is to max refill until I hit level 50, which will probably take 10 days. Which is, yes, 100 pulls I would be sacrificing. But that would be my play so that I can unlock all the hardest difficulties of content so that I can progress, keep up with progression on gear. Now, you don't have to do that once again. But once I do that, that is when I will start saving these. You can see I'm already starting to save these boosters because, once again, the gems, when you refill them, you can only do that for that day and then it resets the next day. These stay forever. So even if you're someone who doesn't want to refill with any gems, maybe you want to save these for a period when there's double drops. However, then you've got to balance out the fact that if you're saving these, it means you're leveling up slower, which means when you get the double drops, you're probably going to be farming a lower stage of the stuff to get it. However, the one exception is that you unlock this max difficulty of experience stages very early. I want to say it's like between 28 and 33. That's like my kind of range I'm looking at because I can't remember exactly. And GP Outpost is the same. You unlock max efficiency for these pretty early. So if you don't want to refill, may still be an option to go ahead and save those because if we go here to the Blessings Galore, you can see Investigation, which is the XP drop. Then we have the GP Outpost, which is Prowess material, which is basically like if you're from Star Rail, traces or skill up materials essentially. And then the final one is Threshold, which is modules, which is your gear. Now, this is the one that I am saving all of my energy refills for because, you know, gear is the main thing of the game. So basically, when I play the game at Global, my plan is to, once again, I'm going to do refills. You don't have to. You don't have to. But then I'm going to start saving all of these bad boys for the 2x on modules. And that is going to be my play. Now, if you're someone who doesn't mind doing some energy refills, maybe, you know, you don't energy refill every day, but when we have 2x events going on, that is when you can refill because once again, you are getting really good value out of these. And we don't know how often they are going to have these events. So just something to consider moving forward in the game. 2x events will exist. We don't know how frequent they will be. This first one on the beta came 7 days in. So it's definitely something to consider that you don't want to just burn all of your stamina refills. The non-gem stamina refills, what are these called? I don't even know what they're called. But you don't want to burn all of them every time. A mental stabilizer is what it's called. But you may want to save them for some 2x, especially once your account is above level 50, because that's when you've got the hardest difficulty of everything unlocked. And once you're above level 50, burning these on a non-2x is probably going to feel like a bit of a mistake because you could have just been using that exact same stamina, but getting twice the drops for it. So something to consider because it is coming. But like I said, pretty cool that you actually can get summons out of the experience stage. Now, I haven't seen summons drop out of any other type of stage, only the experience stage, but not too bad that they do also get doubled during the 2x event. Now, let's jump back over and give you guys a bit of an update on the account. So I don't even know what day we're on. Let's go to 7-day commissions. We're on day 8. So we're on day 8. Dude, I don't even know how many days are left in this beta. A few. I'm just playing, grinded, and we'll see where we get to. But that is what is left. I've been upgrading my characters as well. You can see my Tiamat is getting pretty decent over here. I've gotten some bit of upgrades for her. I don't have the Etheria coin, like I mentioned, to fully max out everything. But, you know, she's sitting at 230 speed, which is decent for her. A good chunk of HP, like getting closer towards that 50k HP, which is a good sort of benchmark for her at this stage of the game, in my opinion. And that's where she's kind of sitting at. She is definitely carrying my gameplay along with Lily. You can see my Lily is here with plus 166 speed. She's getting pretty fast. And that is basically all we are trying to do with her. Get her fast. We've got 1 resistance piece on. 1, because it had a fast substat. 2, because it's nice to resist things. And that's that one. My Sanya is getting better. She's got plus 106 speed and a good chunk of HP, you know, around that 40k HP. Which is not too bad for her healing capacity. She's not crazy. I have just built my Victor as a damaging option for the real-time arena because I have no other DPS. If we go over here and we take a look at my SSR roster, I have... dude, I can't even... The bottom 2 there are both supports as well. There you go. You can see them. Shadow Sanya and Mia, they are both supports. Then we've got 3 more supports on this row. We've got support, 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 support. And then we've got our Lian free character, which is a DPS, and Tiamat, who I consider a DPS as well. So I could build my Lian, but, you know, a lot of people have built her. So if she gets banned, that is like another one I can't use. Or if they pick her. So, you know, I'm avoiding that. The other one I could build is definitely Grey. There's like Ditting, I think, Ditting. I don't know how we say his name, but he's another kind of like fun DPS that I want to build. But once again, we're a bit short on resources. I am trying to dip my toe into the real-time arena. Once again, it's a bit harder when you don't have the roster to do so. You know, we're ranked 59, which is pretty poor, really. We've won 67 and lost 6 games. So I'm starting to dip my toe into it. But once again, if I don't get Lily or Tiamat, I'm kind of boned in that situation. So I will definitely try and push the Summit Arena because I do enjoy real-time arena a lot. It's just that I've been focusing more in on my main team for the standard arena to sort of try and push this one, because this is when the game launches, free-to-play is going to have a chance at standard arena if you get some good characters, whereas you're going to struggle a lot more in real-time arena depending on what you pull and just through just sheer means of building a wider roster. But that is where we're currently at in the arena. Besides that, we're not doing too well in the PvE because I just haven't had the time to invest into PvE modes. I've really got to push these. We did a bit of them on stream yesterday. Besides that, dude, I've really got to get in and do this because there's some good rewards that would really help me out. Now, as I mentioned, they did get a couple more events in the game. This one is an event where you basically just battle, do 5 battles, you get cards, and then you if you get all the cards for a tier, you get that reward. You can also wish, so you can wish for them. You can see someone has given me this card because they got the card, but they didn't need it for their unlocks, so they can gift it to me. So that's the way this event works. It was in the last beta as well. Not too bad, pretty cruisy. The Infinity Train is a fun one. Once again, you got leaderboards in this one. I kind of suck at this. I just put on auto without a healer and did B tier because, once again, as I mentioned, the fact of having to build more characters, I'm building very tall, not wide with my character roster. So I'd have to go ahead and build Ling Luo, who is a fantastic character to build. But yeah, resources be tight, okay, guys? Resources be tight. But definitely at global launch, she's an amazing healer after some days login. So huge if you do go ahead and build her as well. I just know we're almost at the end of the beta, so I don't want to invest that into that. And the way I played the launch will definitely change from the way I played the beta, because the beta, I'm making weird decisions because it's very limited time. But that is kind of where we're at. Those are the events that have come in. Like I said, I'm really, really enjoying this. I think that's me out of stamina. Yeah, out of stamina. Just waiting for it to tick over. But yeah, I am really, really enjoying the game in general in this beta. I think it's fantastic. I think the PvE content that it offers is a lot more than PvE-focused games. We've got the Echoes, which is a really fun, challenging mode where it's like, okay, I'm up the stage now with this Rahu one. I'd auto all the way up to this one because this has got a healer in the stage. I've either got to build up a heal blocker or manual it to try and control the other units and get it done properly. But, you know, really, really fun stages where you can actually push manually and get some really good rewards out of it. Phantom Theater, co-op mode, really, really cool. You can just draft with random people, or you can set up a fixed team with your friends. I haven't gone too hard in there because I don't really have any characters for it. I might try now that I've built up my Victor. We've got the Ember Trek. Once again, this is like the tower mode. It's just got like too many of these like overworld type experiences in it, and I play mainly on my phone when I'm out and about, and I can't really concentrate on it. And then we have Ethernet Rally, which is a really cool one, except the guys on stream told me that yeah, this boss is kind of overscaled, and I get absolutely tapped and I don't see a way around it, so I sort of shelved this, but I should go ahead and clear all these other rewards because you do get some decent stuff out of these ones as well. So those are the PvE modes, and on top of that, we also have the Union boss, which is another really nice one to go ahead and get some more rewards. And like this is like really cool endgame PvE content where it's like damage check, you're competing with your guild against other guilds. It's just a really fun system, and as you can see, I'm really supporting my guild here with my my fifth worst damage. Hey, it is what it is. I haven't used an assist unit. I don't have a single target damage dealer. Well, now I do. I can test him out. But I haven't been using assist units. So that is my excuse for absolutely sucking in the boss. But that is an update on the game. Like I said, the double events, definitely something to consider for saving your stamina for them, because I think it's going to be, especially for free to play, you know, a really optimal way to get yourself a nice little boost. If you can save up like 10, 15, 20 of those stamina pots and get some good efficiency farming, I think it's going to be really nice. Once again, it's a balance though at launch if you want to refill or if you don't, to unlock harder stages of everything. I personally will because I like rushing, but I know a lot of people won't, and I think that is a perfectly fine way to do it. I'll discuss this more in future videos as well before the launch, but that is going to be for this one, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.